I got a show. I got a shot, Bob. I'm getting my at-bat here on the network.
9:30 tomorrow night, Thursday night, right after Cheers. So
right.
You got the lead in.
Yeah, they like the show. It's a funny show. It's a simple show. It's a show about us. It's a show about being a comic. Now, see, everyone always asks me, how do you get your material? And what is it like being a comic?
It's about John W. Smoke Jr. It's about being in love and loving the love that's hating the love and love and love and the hateless love that revolves around the loveless hate that's a hateless love and the love that's loving the love and the hate that's hating the love that's loving the hate. It's about John W. Smoke's mom. It's with his mom. It's about his mom. It's without his mom. It's about loving his mom and being without his mom and loving the hate that's hating the loving his mom and all the time they're there. Hating the hate that's loving the hate and the love that's loveless hate. And it goes something about like this. Johnny Smoke.
And what is it like being a comic? It must be horrible, you know, and it's not. It's a fun, enjoyable life, and material comes from every single thing that you do, if you're a comic. So that's
how I feel about Videosity. Every single video. Except instead of it being jokes, it's checks. Everything is like a little paycheck.
Don't worry if I write rhymes. Don't worry if I write rhymes. I write checks. Don't worry if I write rhymes. I write checks. Don't worry if I write rhymes. I write checks.
Check. And, you know, where does Bob get that couch? What jacket is Jerry wearing? All that stuff. Did he use Alberto hair products? Whatever the context is, the context itself should be more or less shoppable. It's just a characteristic of video. When you combine it with the internet, it's like a Reese's peanut butter cup that isn't dangerous for people that, you know, can't eat them. They can eat them because there are non-peanut butter versions of Reese's peanut butter cup without peanut butter. How about that for an idea?
Aubscure. And it's only when a thing has become...
Just people who normally wouldn't make movies are going to be making them. And
Do you really think that Bob Iger's, David Zaslav's, Bob Akish's of the world are thinking that much about TikTok?
I do. They're looking at the numbers we are. I mean, the trend lines are bad. And if you are thinking about the future of these companies beyond the quarterly earnings, you have to be thinking about what you're doing for young people. I mean, why do you think Disney's doing this partnership to get into gaming in a bigger way? We haven't heard much about it since the announcement, but they've got to meet these people where they are. And for most young people, they're getting their content on YouTube Kids, not Disney Plus. And if you want to migrate those people over, you've got to figure it out. I mean, it gets to the question of how these companies can capture this audience and how they can grow the eyeballs on their service. And I wonder if it might make sense for some of these subscription services to essentially adopt a free tier, a top of the funnel, whether it's buying a social media company or doing deals with YouTube. My colleague at Puck, Julie Alexander, suggested something interesting for award shows. If Netflix wants people to watch the SAG Awards on Netflix, maybe do a YouTube pre-show where people can see it for free and get excited for an award show and then bring them over. Stuff like that, where you are meeting people on the free tier, essentially, on social media or wherever, and then bringing them into your ecosystem for value add. I think there's something there, because just having this dichotomy between what you look at for free on your phone and divert yourself and the professional stuff, like, that's going to be a losing battle long term.
Just imagine, someday there's
suddenly one day
there's going to be one of these chatbots in the
Right. It's not as if Netflix couldn't add call to action videos that could create some kind of social signal of popularity. It's not like Netflix possibly could leverage any of their intellectual property in the form of performers who are popular on Netflix shows in 2024 in the month of March It's not as if they could just like some, Miracle on 34th Street, the partnership with YouTube, and then create a call to action for people to watch the YouTube in order to generate excitement about the SAG Awards. I mean, you could definitely get the people you want, or the people that would actually think something that like that was entertaining, to fucking see it, considering Netflix has at least more than 5 cents to figure out some kind of idea that just has to be a little more within the contemporary milieu rather than Lisa Loeb.
Because these large language models have several properties. One, they're very large.
NIMs are pre-built containers that contain everything an organization needs to get started with model deployment.
To figure out some kind of idea that just has to be a little more within the contemporary milieu rather than Lisa Loeb traveling from city to city, setting up some kind of jumpy castle projector.
Time now for a lunch break, and with us today is Lisa Loeb. You remember her Grammy-nominated song Stay? Well, she's here to sing it for us, but also talk about something else special that you're working with Netflix about, right?
Right after this message. The following is formal satire. It's completely made up and does not exist in real life. It's everyone's favorite quarterly time of the year, the Netflix 96-hour chill-out tour. Another chance for you to chill out with your favorite Netflix performers, past, present, and future. At the only multi-locational global bricolage on Earth. All the partners you've grown to expect and some new ones will provide 96 straight hours of Netflix innovation at your local movie theaters all day, all night, for 96 hours. Your Chill Out app automatically enters you in the usual contests for production memorabilia, what you call swag, a chance to have your question asked, and of course, 27 lucky winners will receive 1 year of free Netflix upon check-in.
This could be anywhere in Winnipeg by the Assiniboine or the Red River. I see. What's wrong with the world? Yes. Hand it to me on a Winnipeg street by Tommy Smith.
Thanks for choosing McLuhan Unclaimed. I'm a Winnipigeon. Your selection will proceed.
Right, I'm here with Netflix, which is the movie rental service, on the internet where you can order all the movies you want.
I love it.
Which I love. I know it
it's
too.
The best.
And I was trying to take a break and start working on a new album, and I got a call to see if I would want to host a series of movie screenings for them. And at first I thought, no, I can't do it. But I looked at the schedule, and it's 10 different cities. And in each city, they're doing an outdoor screening in the location where these movies took place.
Yeah.
For example, tonight, we're doing Ferris Bueller's Day Off here outside of Chicago.
Yes.
We did Jaws and Martha's Vineyard outside. We're doing Field of Dreams in Iowa with Kevin Costner's going to be there. The Shining in Estes Park. And it just seemed like such a fun thing to do. Huge screenings with tons of people.
All these different
Maybe I'll
places.
meet somebody, I don't know.
You never know. And speaking of meeting somebody, your TV show, which is on E! Channel, but it's in reruns right now. But you can still get some good information from it and stuff like that.
Exactly. It's called #1 Single, and it was my real life and me out dating a lot. So I'm still out dating a lot.
I was going to say, any success from it?
No, maybe tonight. It's funny tonight.
Sponsor of the Mercedes-Benz Wavefest. We got a pair of tickets for you.
Great
Anchor
show,
Challenge.
Wavefest.
That'll be up in about 10 or 15 minutes. All right, we got to know about
We're
the
so excited about Lisa being here because the first couple of things she said when she sat down were just the realest.
More than anything.
I really do.
She's like, forget all the celebrity news. I want recipes.
And she said, I want to make people eat.
I do want to make people eat. I was watching a TV show the other morning, and Debbie Matenopoulos was talking about how she doesn't eat so she can be thin enough for TV. And I think that's so terrible. It's so much fun to eat, and it's very sad to think you have to starve yourself.
Whatever she's not eating,
good.
I'm eating. So it just balances it out.
Could you get Lisa some
What brand are the glasses, though? Because, I mean, they must be...
Go ahead. You
about that, or...
I have thought about that, and again, I'm not...
Can I see your prescription?
Yes, they're strong. glasses and you like them.
A singer like you, it wouldn't be a problem.
Well, I do. It's just strange. It also can be a little bit difficult because the other person doesn't. It's like sitting next to somebody.
So far downhill right now.
terrible.
Are you
My
a dog
favorite
person
thing
or
to
a
do.
cat person?
Each greatest hit CD and a ton of other stuff going on.
Yes, I have a very best of Lisa Loeb I put out earlier in the year. While I've been on tour with the Netflix Rolling Road show.
And we're going to talk about that. Here's a little clip of Lisa, I believe, when she sang here last time.
Oh, okay.
So this is me.
While the TV show I was doing, I didn't have time to put a whole new album together. And I had put one out in Japan already, so I put one out here, the very best of Lisa Loeb. I'm working on a new record while I've been on tour with the Netflix Rolling Road show.
And we're going to talk about that. Here's a little clip of Lisa, I believe, when she sang here.
'Cause I can catch the moon and around.
So we can see you in town shortly, right?
Yes, I'll be playing at the Morongo Casino on Friday night at 7 o'clock. It's a free show. I think there's all kinds of information.
Casino, which is a fun place.
Of outdoor screenings and the locations that made them
free. See Lisa.
For the Star Lounge, just acoustic show.
Star 98.7 is helping provide a lot of promotion and stuff. And so the Morongo Casino, which is a fun place to be.
And famous, like we did Jaws and Martha's Vineyard. We did Field of Dreams in Iowa and a cornfield. And Kevin Costner came and played with his band.
Wow.
So for the last 2 shows, we had them famous, like we did Jaws and Martha's Vineyard.
It's a great idea.
It's going to be really, it's so much fun to watch movies with a big group of people. A lot of snacks and blankets and so much.
In a theater, so they play Ferris Bueller at night, and Lisa Loeb talks about Ferris Bueller, and oh boy, maybe she'll talk about Hanukkah on Rye and fucking Reality Bites, and somehow Netflix is part of it. So they just have to do an idea just a little bit better to get people to remind people in the tail of Netflix shows in some kind of funny thing where they contact someone who people think are funny and it seems off the cuff. Like that bullshit couldn't fucking work if you had Sydney Sweeney on Netflix say tune into fucking YouTube, or someone that looked like her. I mean, the formula for this bullshit of meeting people where they are and then getting them to go fucking somewhere else. It's Miracle on 34th Street. I've said this a million fucking times. No one wants to listen, and they're all just gonna enter into the future by going in reverse because they see it catching up in their rear view fucking mirror.
Where people can see it for free and get excited for an award with YouTube. My colleague at POC, Julie Alexander, suggested something interesting for...
She suggested something interesting for awards shows, that if the Santa at Macy's hears some kids say they want ice skates, he'll suggest they go to Schoenfeld's on Lexington Avenue. McLuhan Videos has made at least 10 videos that reference this reality from 1947 of a link economy that Apple is now going to allow certain app developers to contain a link that goes outside the App Store, just like a link in bio. And Apple's kicking and screaming doing this. And it's just like, you fucking morons can't fucking figure out how to just give each other fucking commissions. No one cares. Like maybe for the first 6 months, the people like this show and TechCrunch will be like, Disney gives Apple... I mean, I'm sure they already have a relationship. But now it's just going to evolve the same blogger commissions of your typical blogger entry, which is like, it's 2003 and someone bought a fucking camera, a used Rebel, and they're taking pictures of the sky and then changing the parameters on a program like fucking Adobe Light fuck. And then they know someone that works at a place that makes really good picture copies, and then they frame it and put it in their local gallery, and people go there because they're alcoholic cheese addicts. I mean, it's all just so fucking stupid.
Award shows, if Netflix wants people to watch the SAG Awards on Netflix, maybe do a YouTube pre-show where people can see it for free and get excited for an award show and then bring them over. Stuff like that, where you are meeting people on the...
And they are addressing a real need not just today, but in the future. Huang laid out a compelling scenario where companies use multiple NIMs in an agent type of framework to accomplish complex tasks.
Someday,
Suddenly, one day,
just imagine, someday there's
suddenly, one day,
there's going to be one of these chatbots, and these chatbots is going to just be in a NIM, and you'll assemble a whole bunch of chatbots, and that's the way software is going to be built someday.
some little fat girl in Ohio is going to be the new Mozart, and make a beautiful film with her little father's camera.
Someday there's going to be one of these chatbots, and that's the way software is going to be built someday.
And for once, the so-called professionalism about movies will be destroyed forever, and it'll really become an art form. That's my opinion.
Help.
All right, sorry.